Facing mighty aliens, Eric directly makes all AK-47 aimed at the enemy. Facing hundreds of millions of atomic bombs, he does not panic at all. Just waves his hand, all bombs stop in the air. Then waves hand again, bombs turn around. Eric raises his hands, straight up the whole stadium. Stands before the convoy, just pinches the hand, the cars are flying away. When reaches the bridge, waves hands again, the bridge is directly uprooted. Such a scene, how dare someone challenge him? Just when Eric thought that Apocalypse is here to kill him, in an instant, the Apocalypse calms Eric down. Immediately these workers are killed, then he tells Eric that he is going to help him, then he brings Eric to Auschwitz. Immediately afterwards, under the operation of Apocalypse, Eric's ability has directly improved to a new level. Soon, after awakening, Eric suddenly explodes with prehistoric power. The former concentration camp is razed to the ground in just a second. Accompanied by Eric's roar, the magnetic force directly penetrates all metal substances in the ground. At this time, Magneto has truly become the strongman, who can destroy the world. Soon Mystique Raven finds Hank, immediately tells him about what happened to Eric. It turns out that Magneto has previously become the most wanted criminal in the world for attempted murdering president. Then Eric came to Poland, married and had a daughter, happy family. But one day, a worker made a mistake at work and about to die. Eric saved the man, but this behavior was also seen by his fellow workers. Then Eric went back home, ready to take his wife and daughter to escape. Unexpectedly, the police at this time have already controlled his daughter. Eric was worried his daughter to be hurt, so planned to follow the police to leave, but his daughter directly used superpower to summon animals to attack police. However, in the next second, one of the police accidentally shot an arrow. The mother and daughter were die because of it. Eric instantly collapsed, hugging his wife and daughter in pain. Eric killed all the policemen just in a second, then went to the factory. When he was about to take the revenge, Apocalypse arrived. So, there was the scene before. After hearing the seriousness of the situation, the professor hurries to wear the helmet, ready to find Eric. Soon Professor finds Eric's trace, then he persuades Eric to change his mind, but Eric, who has lost hope, only thinks of revenge against all humanity. At the same time, Apocalypse, who also has telepathy, instantly feels the brainwaves of the professor. He then invades Professor's brain. This feeling of being able to control all human beings makes Apocalypse irresistible. Soon he manipulates the professor to control soldiers from all over the world, fire all nuclear weapons directly. All the people in the world are stunned by the scene. Governments around the world panic very much, thinking there must be another world war happening. Next second, the professor forcibly breaks free from Apocalypse's grip, immediately ordered Cyclops Scott to destroy the main brain ventricle. Soon Scott directly releases his superpower to destroy the main ventricle. However, Apocalypse, who wants to own Professor's superpower, directly brings his 4 knights to everyone. Eric just waves his hand, then the professor is seized. Seeing this, Cyclops Scott immediately steps forward and shots directly. However, they teleport away in an instant to evade the attack. Then blast wave hits the nuclear reactor. Instant explosion. Just when everyone thinks they are about to die here, Quicksilver arrives. He rushes straight into the school, rescue all the students on his own. But next the military suddenly attack them. The reason is that the captain thinks that the professor controlled the soldiers to launch the nuclear bombs, and then they are brought back to the base. When arrive at the base, Jean Grey, the strongest mutant still in the base phase, takes control of the soldiers, then go and find other teammates. Soon after the explosion by Scott, other people are successfully rescued. At this time, the professor takes advantage of the apocalypse, secretly lets Jean know their location, then they go to Cairo with Jet. Unexpectedly, the capital of Egypt at this time has been transformed into a pyramid by Apocalypse, and he forges a helmet and gives it to Eric. orders Eric to destroy the world. After Lao put on the helmet, he immediately uses his superpower. Only a second, metropolises all over the planet have been damaged, regardless of the ocean or land. All become sans flying. At the same time, Apocalypse brings the professor into the tower, ready to take away the professor's superpower. At this time, the belated people finally rush to the scene. Then with the help of Quicksilver, Raven comes to Eric's side. Then she secretly tells Eric about Quicksilver's life experience. Although Eric couldn't listen at this time, later he will return to the right way because of it. Now everyone is already fighting desperately with the rest of the knights. Soon the Nightcrawler flashes into the tower. With the instruction of Jean, he comes to the professor's side. Now the processor has almost been successfully transferred by the Apocalypse. In an instant, Nightcrawler leaves the tower with the professor. Apocalypse, who wakes up, bursts into fury. Then he walks out of the tower and fight. At this time, Quicksilver comes directly after seeing Apocalypse, but he is no match for Apocalypse. Soon Apocalypse takes control. Hurry up! At this time, Psylocke, who transforms into an assassin, directly cut his throat with a sword. However, Apocalypse's self-healing ability is directly restored to its original state. Just when Psylocke is about to be strangled to death by Apocalypse, Eric directly launches an attack on Apocalypse, but such an attack is still useless to Apocalypse. Soon everyone sees this and joins the battle. At this time, the strongest mutant Jean directly launches the strongest blow. Under the superpower of Black Phoenix Jean, Apocalypse with self-healing ability turns into dust in the end. After all this, Eric and Jean rebuild the X Academy. Since then, the world has returned to a short-lived peace.